Good evening. It is March 17th, 2020, and I am sitting in our garage where we have our setup for our Bible study that we hold in our home. And I wanted to take a few minutes to give you an update on the current situation in Costa Rica as it stands right now. Yesterday, we received two big announcements. Number one was that they were closing all the schools. Up until yesterday, the girls' school was still open. The girls went to school yesterday, and I had actually spoken with both of their teachers and was planning to keep them out of school from today onwards. And I had to speak with their teachers to make sure that they would not be accumulating absences during this time, which would count against them and possibly keep them from finishing out the grade. And then the second thing that was announced yesterday, so that was a relief. Anyways, the second thing that was announced yesterday was that effective tonight at midnight, they will be closing the Costa Rican border. What that means is that people who are not citizens of Costa Rica or who are residents are not able to enter the country between tomorrow or tonight at midnight and through tentatively April 13th. This is also April 13th is also when the kids are supposed to go back to school. I watched a press conference today and they clarified that on April 13th, they will reevaluate if they need to extend this border closure or not. So for us specifically, what does that mean? We are in process for residency. So we can stay. People who are here on a tourist visa, they have their visas extended till, I want to say, May 17th, but after that, they have to leave. For us, we do not have to leave, but if we did leave, we cannot get back in. So we are not, nobody's holding us here. We don't have to stay, but if we do leave, we can't come back in. We have zero plans to leave right now. That is not something that Jeremy and I think is what we're meant to do right now. Now, we understand there's a big risk that with Costa Rica closing its border to everyone else, the United States may close its border to us, and then flights may become so limited that there are no flights to get out. We understand that. We know that that is a real possibility. But we also know that we are in the middle of God's will, right where we're supposed to be, and we are provided for. We have plenty of supplies, and we have access. Right now, there's yes, the grocery stores are being bought out, but there's no one's in fear that they won't get restocked necessarily. It's just one of those things that happens everywhere. Things go crazy and people stock up. There's still toilet paper here though. So come on down if you need some toilet paper. Wait, no, you can't. Just kidding. Anyways, so we are not in fear. We are just choosing to seek God. We've also not been given the mandate to limit congregating. Now they're suggesting it, of course, but nobody's saying you must limit your interactions. So we are going to continue holding the Bible study until it's no longer a good idea for anyone who wants to come. And then we are also going to start live streaming our Bible study on Facebook for those who cannot be with us in person, for those who are older, who might be sick, or who just don't feel comfortable coming. We're not going to force anyone to come, but we're also going to be available for the people who do want to come. We do have a small group that gathers, and if they want to continue, we're going to keep ourselves available to them. Jeremy's also looking into other ways that he can minister in this time. Today he was able to get some supplies out to some people who attend who are elderly and who have not been able to get much. And then also tomorrow he's going to be taking our neighbors so that they can stock up. They are also very elderly. He's actually going to take their grandson so that they can he can stock up for them. So we're just, day by day pursuing what opportunities are in front of us to help the people around us. Just to give you a little bit of an idea how close or what the virus is actually doing in this country right now. We've just hit 50 cases. And I was watching a news briefing today, and they explained that what they're doing in the hospitals right now is they are canceling basically all of the elective surgeries. So the surgeries that are not 100% necessary, the ones that are not life-saving, they're obviously anything life-saving or emergency, they're still attending. And they said that's about 70% of the hospital, 60 to 70%, and the other 30 to 40% they're trying to free up as much as possible. The other thing they're going to be doing is there is a rehabilitation center that for one, they don't want people there that need to be rehabilitated because that's mostly the elderly and the people who have been through some major illness and need rehabilitation therapy. So they are working with those people to get their treatment either in their homes or in other options. And they're going to be taking that entire facility, and from what I understand, it's a pretty large facility, and making it their center of operations for the virus. And it sounds like a great idea. There's just one caveat for me. I looked it up and it's 15 minutes from our house. So we're going to be about 15 minutes from the center of the action. So, anyways, God will protect us and we're going to trust Him. You know, even though it's 15 minutes, sounds like it's not that far, we do have to go down the hill to get to it. It is in San Jose, and from best I understand it, there's not really foot traffic that travels between where we live and where San Jose, in the city of San Jose. Even though I can see it, San Jose, you're not going to get there quickly by foot. So I'm not super concerned. We're obviously taking lots of precautions. I'm keeping the kids in the house. Jeremy is going out to take care of things, and I'm staying in for right now. The one complication that I didn't mention earlier with the borders closing, Jeremy's passport visa is about to expire. And what that does not mean we have to leave the country, but what it does mean is that his driver's license, his United States driver's license, is no longer valid once his passport stamp expires. So which I believe is like the 23rd, the 24th of this month. So after that, I will be the one having to go out and to do the errands and things for the family. Now, if it's an emergency situation, he's just going to drive. I mean, obviously, that's what we're going to have to do. But we'll take it case by case, day by day. There is a possibility that they will be lifting or changing that law temporarily, because there are quite a few people that will be in our same situation who won't be able to drive because they can't renew their passports. But we looked into having Jeremy do a visa run today and just realized it was not a good idea. There was a possibility he could get stuck on the other side of the border in Nicaragua and then not be able to get back to us. There was also a possibility that he would be put into a 14-day quarantine as soon as he came home, and so not able to leave the house, which, I mean, that's the whole point. We wanted him to be able to renew his visa so that he could drive and leave the house. So once we weighed the pros and cons, we realized it was better for him just to stay home and for us to manage the situation the best we can. So I hope that answers some of your questions. I am not expecting this to be the final update. I'm sure there will be much more news developing daily, but this is what I have for right now. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Thank you.